Hey, give the cameraman a punch in the nose. Boom. There we go.
The Mattoon Street Festival, you'll love our no-stick surface. It's prime time with George Dorunda. Tonight, Gene Wisniewski and his Harmony Bells. We go in search of racing tips at the 3-County Fair in Northampton, plus the Springfield Chordsmen. So get ready for the most entertaining show on television. Hi, I'm George Dorunda, and welcome to Primetime. And yes, you've guessed it, we're here at the Mattoon Street Festival. Big program ahead of us, and what better to start the show off with? We have our very first top 5 list. Yes, our top 5 list. The top 5 most memorable primetime, summertime moments that we had all this past summer. These are the top 5. Okay, we're ready to go? Okay, here we go. Number 5, Doug and Sandra Bernhardt in New York City.
Hi, we hate banana. We hate banana. Peace.
Number 4, Eric's official primetime time killers with our topless dancer.
Today I have a topless dancer.
A topless dancer? Hey, roll the tape!
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Number 3, Carolyn Lee salutes the Navy. Number 2, Doug Locke's tanning tips with baby oil.
You need an accelerator. Baby oil!
And the number 1 most memorable primetime summertime moment that we can remember, we all remember it, Lisa soap.
Well, isn't this something, and you're giving this to me?
Bathe with it every day, and it'll be just like Lisa was there with you.
But
Lisa makes it at home, I think with her toes.
I see what you're saying, but I don't bathe every day. But it'll last longer that way, yes. That's interesting. Give me another bar. This stuff is free, ain't it?
Wait a minute. You want another bar of soap?
Another interview?
Another bar of soap?
Yeah, another bar of soap.
Do you know somebody else named Lisa?
Yes.
How many Lisas do you know?
About 8 of them. Bye, George. See you. Thanks again.
Yes, it's our official primetime top 5 list. Yes, we brought that to you. No extra charge to you, the home viewers. And my first guest on the program is a polka legend. Yes, he's been in the business for at least 72 years. The infamous, the most popular, Gene Wisniewski. Well, Gene, welcome to Prime Time. It's a pleasure to have you here.
George, it's my pleasure.
And, you know, we've had a lot of musical talents, and you're one of the legends of the polka industry.
Well, they say that, George. I don't feel like that. I just feel that I'm a musician going along with trying to make a living.
Now, you've recorded a lot of albums. You've had a big band, and just recently we did a little videotaping of that big band. What's it like to get the big band back together? You don't see a big band too often anymore.
No, because first of all, the economics of it, it's difficult for people to get together enough of the cash to pay everybody. But it's a thrill, really, George. It's a thrill to see the big band put together with the sections playing their parts and all that all fits together after slaving for hours and hours on the score, trying to write it all out to make it fit right. And when you hear the whole thing together, it's a thrill. It really is.
Do you do all your own arranging?
Not all of it, but a lot of it. A lot of it, yeah.
Now, on your records, you've had some original hits?
Yeah, we've put together some originals. We've put together some tunes that somebody else gave us. The record company, Dana at that time, Walter Dana, he used to come up with the darndest songs. He'd call me on a Monday and say, look, we're going to do this tomorrow. You know, and we're on the road someplace, and I get this message. I call Dana. He's telling me the story. You got to have this thing for recording Tuesday. How are we going to do this? We're playing that night, and Tuesday we'll be traveling all day. I said, no, Walter. It's got to be at least Wednesday.
Now, when you guys were on the road, I'm sure those experiences were a lot different than groups have on the road today. You had an old airport bus?
Yeah, I saw a magazine, and they were doing a car, for instance, that they cut in half. These were the first ones, mind you, not the fancy airport buses that they have now. And they cut the car in half, they develop a section in between and put the whole thing together, and that was what today is the airport bus. Well, I happened to buy one of the first ones up in Cleveland, and boy, was that a lemon, I'll tell you. It looked like a lemon when you drive. I remember the driver that I had, the drummer, he used to holler out the window, girls, when we're going by, look out, get your toes out of the way, we'll run over them. Around corners and stuff, I'll tell you.
Did you have any problems with the bus on the road?
Problems we had all the time. We used to drive shafts that broke or fell apart or were winding out of shape. Engine problems, never had any problem with the engine. That ran beautifully. It was a little 6-cylinder engine, regular Chevrolet engine. And that pulled us over the hills and everything.
But they didn't have highways like they do today. There were no interstates.
Well,
how long did it take to get like to Buffalo if you went up to Buffalo?
Buffalo would take about 12 hours to get up there. Now the kids tell me, these young kids in the band, oh, we can do that in 6 hours. Yeah, with a nice ribbon road all the way to Buffalo, you know, that's something else. But we had that old route, 20, I believe it was, up and down these hills, and I've left many a transmission on those hills. Brakes. You're going down these hills, and the brakes are burning, and you're holding the brake on, and then there's a big turn on the bottom of it. I'm almost saying my prayers is what's going to happen here.
Of all the songs you've recorded, you must have a favorite.
Well, the one that isn't funny, the very first recording that I made was the funniest one, and in a sense it was banned off the air.
Why was it banned off the air?
Well, to explain the lyrics, it's something like someone knocking on the door, and a girl inside says, who is it? And it's the voice, another voice, mine, would say, it's me. And it goes back and forth like this, hinting that I want to get into the house, so forth. So some people saw fit not to play this on the air, but to this day they're still playing the recording.
Well, with today's music, anything airs.
This is tame, I mean, today compared. And then we had another, was Shake, Fanny, Shake.
Shake, Fanny, Shake.
Yeah, just because it was shaking your fanny, they banned that off the air also. They wouldn't play the thing. And that's all there was to it, Shake, Fanny, Shake.
Well, Gene, I guess you were ahead of your time.
I think so.
How many different record companies have you recorded for?
1, 2, 3, about 4 of them totally. I had very good luck with my record companies, and once I became a recording artist, they stayed with me and I stayed with them, and they went along this way.
Now, you've been to Poland, you've been to Europe?
Oh, yeah, I've been to Europe about 17, 18 times. I go over there for rest, for one, and secondly, go there to gather some materials, if I may. But basically, I was interested in the land of my origin, if you will. My mother and father both were Polish, from Poland. So I'd go back to dig up their town where they were, walk in the same streets they were, get to know the people, the church, the schools that they went to. That was very interesting to me.
Now, did you ever find any of your other relatives over there?
George, relatives come out of the walls. Once they find out you're there. You know, they got an old saying in Poland, to jest wujek z Ameryki, you know, in Polish.
And translating that?
Translating that means your uncle is from America. And the minute you do that, blow the horn, the whole town comes out. They're all looking for a little scratch, a little cash.
Now, performing today, do you see yourself keeping the big band going? Any more of these big road trips like you used to do in past years?
No, I don't believe so. In a sense, I've done all of this. It's like once you've been up a road, you don't want to do this again. I want to do something different. I foresee perhaps some new recordings, maybe a television shot here and there like we're doing here and so on. But I'm interested in the big band right now, and I don't much care if I don't do that many dates that we used to. At one time, in a month's time, we'd probably have one Monday off. Those were the days when...
You used to play 6 nights a week in those days.
Oh, yes. And sometimes 7 and 8 jobs in a week, because weddings were always on a Saturday. If you had a Saturday night dance, you had the wedding in the afternoon, and Sunday was usually a broadcast and a job at night, so...
Now, the weddings back then were different than weddings of today.
Oh, I guess they were, George.
You used to start out early in the morning?
I can recall, of course, I'm going back a few years, when you went to the bride's home by yourself or maybe with the bass fiddle, and you played while she was dressing.
Wait a minute. You played while the bride was dressing?
Well, in her room, and we were in the ante room playing the various wedding songs. The mother is releasing her daughter for marriage, things like that, and the tears were flowing, and everything pertaining to the wedding. Of course, the musicians followed wherever they went. I used to tell that joke, you know, about, I said, well, we're going to follow you from home, we're going to go to the church, we're going to go to the picture taking, and then we're going to wind up in the hall. And I said, keep in mind that we play honeymoons for nothing. but that was just a joke, you know, and I never got to get hired for that honeymoon.
You never got hired for that honeymoon, even at the right price?
Even for nothing. Can't beat that price. But they were good days because we weren't so preoccupied with money as we are today. Everything is money today. You got to have this amount, which makes the work prohibitive. You can't put a big band up for the price of a little group and so forth. So you have to wait for the right opportunity, for the right place, the right people to hire you, and then you've got a date that we can have fun with like we did the other night.
And that's the idea. At this stage in your career, you've got to have fun.
I got to have fun, absolutely. And the guys in the band too. They love to play the big dance.
Again, because it's something different. It's something that you don't see every day.
Right. It's the act of working together. All the musicians got their own part, and they play it when it comes together so nice it fits like a glove. That's a wonderful feeling.
Now, with a big band, you have to rehearse a lot more also.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily have to rehearse it, depending on how strong the music is.
So when you were traveling, you had this airport bus.
Right.
And you used to fit, what, 9 or 10 guys inside. Where did you carry all your instruments and equipment?
Well, the instruments, the bus was so arranged that it had a rack on top.
So it was a roof carrier. Yeah.
It was a roof carrier, but it was built on the car itself. And we just put all our instruments on it and put a tarpaulin over it, and of course tied the tarpaulin down. Everything was tied on, supposedly.
And was everything safe up there?
Well, it was safe to a point. I can recall at one time where we were driving along through Pennsylvania, someplace along the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And as I'm driving, I noticed the tarpaulin flapping a little bit. So I'm thinking, should I stop? Should I check it? But as I'm looking out the mirror trying to see where it's flapping, I see the saxophone flying in the air. That's, oh my goodness, there goes one of the instruments. So I hurriedly stopped, Of course, the saxophone eventually landed on the highway, and I told the fellas in the car, he said, somebody's saxophone has taken flight, you better go back and check it. So you can picture on the super highway here, where a guy takes his horn, opens it up, and he's out there putting it together and playing the saxophone on the side of the highway. The cars were whizzing by, and they must have thought we were a cuckoo band or something.
Look, it couldn't happen anywhere else but in the music business.
That's right, exactly.
Gene, it's a pleasure to have you here on the program.
It was my pleasure.
You're welcome back anytime.
Well, we should do this. This was fun too, George.
Yes, it was fun. We should do this more often. Hey, stick around. We'll be back with more of the big program right after this.
Thousands of forest fires are started by people who never realize what they've done. Some never even set foot in the forest.
Hi, I'm George Dorinda, and welcome to Primetime. And tonight,
what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, okay, give it your best shot.
What would you like?
How about the entire second page?
I tried to kill someone through the whole play.
This is the first time I've had a mechanical man.
On your show.
On my show.
Yeah, let's preface that.
Bye, George. See you. Thanks again.
Press 2 to hear more options. Yes, welcome back to the big program. We're here at the Mattoon Street Festival. Listen to all the wonderful dance music in the background. All sorts of wonderful articles for sale. But you know, a while back we had the 3-County Fair. Now that's one of the last remaining fairs to sponsor horse racing. And we decided we'd spend the afternoon there and find out how people actually picked the big winners. So who do we have here?
Ruth Friedman.
Ruth Friedman. Where are you from?
Vermont.
All the way down from Vermont.
Yes.
Now I understand you're a big winner.
Big winner.
This is what we're looking at here.
Right.
$5.20.
You got it. You got it. First bet of the day.
So you're doing pretty good. It costs you $2 to make $5.20.
Right.
You must have a theory. You must have a system.
No. His number was 3 and his color was white. I guess that's what I liked.
Okay, that's the key. Number 3, color white. What's your name?
My name is Bill.
Your name is Bill?
Yes.
And you had a winner the first race, winner the second race.
Right, right. And that's it. Now you go home.
And what was your system?
Just pick them by name.
By name. And who do we have here?
Kyle Moore.
And where are you from?
Pittsfield.
All the way from Pittsfield.
Yep.
All right, have you had any big winners?
Uh-huh.
How many?
I won $42.
You won $42. Is this your first day at the track?
Yep.
All right, $42. You're the biggest winner we've talked to so far. Is that surprising?
Yes.
What's your system? How do you pick them?
Pick the horse closest to my age.
And how old are you?
10.
So let me guess, you picked number 8.
Yep.
And you've hit every time.
Oh, I only won once.
Once for $42. It's a winner. The horse closest to your age. Okay, we're here with the biggest winner here at the fair, Phyllis. And your fries.
How are ya?
Great. These look like the jumbo size. These are primetime size.
These are great fries, I'll tell you. Everybody loves our fries.
Now they're handmade by you with your gloves.
And all my helpers, which work very hard to produce this product.
And we can see you at any fair throughout the area.
Except the Big E.
What's wrong with the Big E?
Well, they're sort of saturated with fries already, so.
And there's nothing worse than being oversaturated when you're talking about fries.
That's right.
Hey, nothing but the finest. Unbelievable. I think I'll have an order or two. So who do we have here?
Irene Stadnicki.
Okay, Irene. Did you have any big winners here at the fair?
I got the daily double, and I got the third race. I won already.
So you hit 3 out of 3.
Right, so far.
And how much loot are you taking home?
Well, for $2, I got $12.80 and $3.40. Big money.
A big winner. Now, you must have a system to hit 3 for 3. What's your system?
I got inside information. No, I went for the jockey.
And who's the jockey? What's the jockey's name?
Hector Delgado.
Hector Delgado. That's the key. Hector Delgado. And I guess that's inside information, right?
Right.
And who do we have here?
Oh, our name is Bob and Rosemary Josephek.
And you're from Springfield?
Yes, sir.
Right. Avid primetime viewers.
Oh.
At least from this day forward.
Wouldn't miss a program.
Now, how have you been doing? Have you any big winners?
Just on the, let's see, the second
race.
Just on the second race. I just got in
and how much loot are you taking home?
At this point, I'm taking home 40 cents.
40 cents, a big. Now, what's your system? To be taking home a whole 40 cents, you must have a system.
You pick the name of the horse. Last time we went to Saratoga, I picked the jockeys, and I didn't do well.
Well, what kind of names are you looking for?
Oh, something that really, really catches your eye. Number 1, Sunshine, Linda Jean. When I saw that word sunshine and it's a beautiful day, why not?
Sunshine, Linda Jean. Look for a cheerful name.
Right.
That's the key. A cheerful name.
Now, if you follow that advice, you won't have this job anymore. You won't have to have it.
Hey, I can go a long way on 40 cents. What's the deal here with the shirts?
Oh, well, if we wear shirts that match, then we can find one another in the crowd.
See,
especially if it's fluorescent orange.
Right. See, when I got this color on, she's got the color on, then I remember what color she's got on.
Otherwise, you'd forget and miss each other completely.
Right.
How do you find your car? Is the car the same color?
It's right out by the gate. We were very privileged.
Yeah.
Okay, honored and privileged and a whole 40 cents.
Right, and we met you.
That's the biggest prize of all.
It is.
That's wonderful racing tips from all these people, and I think what really counts is if you have that inside information. But stick around, we'll be back right here with more of the Mattoon Street Festival and a song by the Springfield Chordsmen right after this. Ha!
If you took away a star for every 1 million people who didn't vote, and a stripe for every 5 million non-voters, and a patch of blue for the 10 million people who didn't care, exactly what kind of flag are we waving?
If I were in the ring with Hulk Hogan today, this is the truth. You know how long the match would last? About 3 or 4 minutes. I get killed.
You might have a few gas pockets after you eat your pizza, who knows?
Prime time! You're the greatest! I love these guys!
I love the taste of chicken meat. I live for the taste of chicken.
We want color. Are you serious?
Well, us television star personality types.
Ooh, connections.
I say nothing.
I say, if we don't have what you want, we'll order it. Yes, welcome back to the big program, and as you've guessed it, I found the food. We have the famous Dan Boyle here. He's making some cotton candy, and we're gonna have some wonderful hot dogs, all just for me. As always on Primetime, more food per minute than any other show on television. But here's a great, big, humongous singing group. It's the Springfield Chordsmen performing down by the old mill stream. Ah!
Down by the old mill stream, where I first met you, with your eyes all blue, dressed in it was there I knew that you loved me true. You were 16, my village queen.
Yes, the fabulous Springfield Chordsmen, and I guess that just about wraps it up. We're here at the Mattoon Street Festival, the Mexitali booth. At Mexitali, same thing. We've had too much fun. It's time for a chicken fajita. I'm going to eat. Good night, everyone.
You know, I've done a lot of amazing things. People say, Bo, you've run through some of the toughest defenses in the NFL. You were an MVP in an All-Star game. Bo, what else is there? Well, today, I found out.
Navy. Find out more from a Navy recruiter.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
He's occasionally given us day-old ribs. When he was going to throw them out, he let us have them.
I'm always kind, aren't I?
Well. Richard Printer is my name, and public health is my game.
Chet Dragon, you have a wonderful, wonderful costume tonight.
I say nothing.
We're licensed and rodent-free.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not